Welcome to Free for All Friday right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You know it's lunchtime Detroit Lions time, but it's Free for All Friday. You know how the song goes. It's Friday, then hey, it's Saturday, Sunday. What man? We're gonna have some fun today. It is Free for All Friday. Welcome back. I know I was gone for a minute. You know, your boy turned a big 5-0, but I had some fun with the family. If you want to check it out, go over to my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook account. If you can find me on those accounts, you know it's Kurt Steele. You can go over there and check it out. I posted it, so I can share it with all of my Detroit Lions on the Prowl family. Now, let's bring in the crew for today. First up, y'all know her. She is the queen of the Prowl, Miss Valerie Bordeaux.
What's up, everyone? We're gonna have an exciting show today. It's gonna be so much fun, and it's gonna be a roller coaster ride. So get ready, from front to back. So let's hit that. Let's hit it up and hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and share that, and get your Lions fans coming on in.
All right, next up, y'all know him, man. He is crazy as hell. He's a maniac. Maniac Tim, what's going on, my man?
All right, well, my life is going to be like that roller coaster, up and down and a lot of curves, and let's just get this show going.
All right, and y'all know him. He knows saying dubbed with the name here right on the show. He is the head administrator and the face of Detroit biting kneecaps, Motor City Kneecap Biters over there on Facebook. My man, Smoking Jeremy B.
And soon to be going live, not only on my Facebook, but also on YouTube with Kneecap Biting with Smoking Jeremy B.
All right. Cool. And then we got to bring him in to the show. Coming in hot, you know what I'm saying? Shame. Right here at the start of the show. Shame, that lady like you do. My man, Luke G of Luke G Fields Review. What's up, my dude?
What's going on, man? Everybody, hey, look, I'm in a really good mood. It's Friday, and we're talking football.
Yeah, man. Well, let's get this thing started, man. First question up. Who is your pick to replace Anthony Lynn as the offensive coordinator for the Lions, and why? I'm a big Smoking Jeremy. He's shaking his head. He's doing a bobblehead thing down there at the bottom of the screen. So, Smoking Jeremy B, who is your candidate to replace Anthony Lynn as the offensive coordinator for Detroit?
Ben Johnson, for the exact reasons that Deuce Staley gave on Monday in his interview. The offense improved immensely once him and Dan Campbell took over the play calling. Jared Goff, in the 6 games he played, he went 3-2-1. Which means he had a winning record at the end of the season and an 0-9 with Anthony Lynn. That tells you all you need to know. The team improved all the way across the board the last 8 games, even in the games they lost.
Yeah, okay. I feel you on that. My man, Maniac Tim, who is your pick to replace Anthony Lynn?
How can you argue with that? I mean, really, Ben Johnson he showed up. He helped them to do what we wanted him to do. When he helped Goff become not Jared Goff, he showed improvement. So, hey.
Okay. So he wasn't Goffle.
Goffle, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So, my man, Luke G of Luke G's Spirit Review, who is your pick to replace Anthony Lynn as OC?
Nobody. Just leave it like it is. Don't move him up. Don't do nothing. Don't move no Ben Johnson up. Don't do nothing. If Ben Johnson is the one who's helping create all of this and blah, 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 then what you going to change this for? Leave it alone. Right? I mean, he's the one. He's the mastermind. He's getting it all done. Right? So I don't need him to do that. Leave it like it is, where he's still forced to work with the head coach, and the head coach make the decisions and call the plays. I don't want them to go crazy and get somebody in who comes in with a whole new vision, or have them move Ben Johnson up, and now Ben Johnson thinking that, okay, I'm the coordinator now. Let me do this and do this. And it becomes too much. Leave it like it is. The guy who's calling the plays is the head coach. Let him call the plays.
Okay. All right. So basically you're saying that Dan Campbell was the de facto offensive coordinator with Ben
yes, sir.
The passing game coordinator.
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. What are they doing over there on the 49ers? The guy who's handling the play calling and that's doing the plays is the head coach. Leave it the same with us.
Okay. All right. So, Val, what you got, Queen of the Prowl? What should we do with the offensive coordinator position?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I actually agree with Luke G.
Oh,
Keep it as it is.
it's going to. Hey, y'all, go
I
inside.
mean,
Mark
miracles
it
do
on the
happen,
calendar.
y'all. But I actually agree with
Wow. Okay. Okay. There is some speculations of a few names floating around. But Deuce Staley was one of those guys, like Jeremy said in an interview earlier this week. He said, "Nah, I really don't want that, position. I have enough stuff on my plate, being the assistant head coach and being the running back coordinator or running backs coach here for the Lions." But Ben Johnson did do a good job this past second half of the season, being the pass game coordinator. I think that someone's going to have to take the mantle, even if it's just in a de facto mode as far as just the title. If you look at Eric Bieniemy out there, there's plenty of head coaches that have offensive coordinators that call plays. Andy Reid, Kyle Shanahan, they have offensive coordinators as far as the positions, but they do continue to call the plays. So even if Ben Johnson is promoted to the offensive coordinator and he still continues to be the pass game coordinator, I still think that Dan Campbell will continue in his role as a play caller, making the decisions for what's going to happen on the offense. I just think that he got his teeth, he's cutting his teeth where he's got his feet wet doing that this season. I think he really likes that responsibility, and it helps the team kind of take on his type of demeanor as far as how they play on the field. And you never know what's going to happen with Dan Campbell calling the plays. I just kind of like that. So I have to agree. I think the panel's in agreement right now. We all kind of like that. Keep it as is, the status quo as is. You don't change it unless you need to. So, I mean, we'll see what's going to happen here coming up. All right, let's go to the chat to see what's going on. All right, so definitely we got some people. Michael Huck in the building saying good morning. Good morning, Mr. Michael Huck. Rob Swift says, yo. Okay, we got King SJ saying good morning as well. Q, what's up, my
What's
man?
up,
Dave Aronson saying good morning. What's up, people, and everything. So, there goes Mobby's. Woo, okay, there goes Mobby. He says, I cry. So, in the chat. So let me put that up on the screen. Okay, there, I cry. So, if you look at some more of these, definitely we say good morning to everyone. We love you right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. My man, old timer Dave will say, he says, go Stafford. We're going to address that here a little bit later in the show, but we appreciate you right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Hey, go over and check us out on Lions Nation Unite. Y'all know how we get down. No, we know it's off season right now, but we got some big things coming to you right now. We had a town hall meeting the other day. It was so much fun. Lomas Brown joined us, and we're going to have some more of those coming up real soon in the future. So go over there and check us out over on Live Station Night in the app and their Facebook channel. All right, so next question up for the panel. It's a good one right here. All right, if Aaron Glenn is hired by New Orleans, who takes over as defensive coordinator? You know what I'm saying? You know, the New Orleans, they interviewed a lot of people, but that was one of their first calls to the Lions to say, hey, can we get an interview with Aaron Glenn? What do you think, my man, Luke G? Aaron Glenn, if he does go, who is the next DC for the Lions?
You know, I said this before that I was worried that he could end up getting a job, and I think if the Saints came a knocking, we might need to start looking, because if they offer him that head coaching position, I think he's going to take it, and that's going to suck. Really, I have looked at every defensive coordinator I could come up with, and the scary part is we're going to have to keep somebody in-house. It's going to have to be Aubrey Pleasant, and the reason why is if you bring in like a Mike Zimmerman or something like that, he's going to turn it into a freaking 4-3. And I don't think we have the personnel for a 4-3. So now we got problems there. And then if you start to really go down the list and look at who else can you bring in, most of the defensive coordinators are 4-3 guys. And the only thing you're going to do is end up getting somebody completely new anyway. Might as well do it in-house as far as I'm concerned. But I'm hoping that he don't get a head coaching job until next year.
Right.
Just next year. I just need one more year.
Yeah.
Okay, what you got, Val?
Here we go again. I got to agree with Luke G again here.
I know this is
What
strange.
in
This
the
is
world
strange.
is happening today?
Man,
But
is
really,
Margin
to be
refrigerator
honest, all
something?
of our other choices outside of here,
Yeah.
outside of the Lions organization, are just not a good fit. they're just not going to be the right choice. And you might as well just promote from within. And Aubrey Pleasant is one of those guys that, he's got the skill, he's got the leadership, and he's got the ability to get the job done. So promote from within.
Okay. All right. What you got, Maniac Tim?
Well, who can you argue with all this? The only, and we're not going to get him, but one of the former coaches that was a head coach here that I would like to see with strong defensively would be Jim Schwartz.
That's a 4-3 also.
Yes, 4-3.
Okay.
But I mean, I just liked I know things didn't work out over the long run, but he brought in he knows his defense, and it was a strong defense, and that's.
Well, hey,
yeah,
I feel you on that one. Okay, my man Smoking Jeremy B, what you got? Who is the next Lions DC if Aaron Glenn leaves?
There's one other guy with head coaching and defensive coordinator experience already in the coaching staff that everybody's forgetting about. I think they'd promote Dom Capers to be the defensive coordinator and make Aubrey Pleasant the assistant to take his role.
I do like that idea. It just Don Capers scares me because everywhere he's defensively been a coach at, they've had success. But then it's like after that first year, they become real predictable and they get figured out real quick.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying you bring him in for a year to let Aubrey Pleasant get his feet wet in the game planning for the whole defense with Dom Capers. Then you let him go and promote Aubrey Pleasant the next year.
I mean, that's a good point too, though, Jay. I can't lie. Good point.
All right, so I'm gonna say if we go outside of the organization, there's a guy who just got let go who runs a 3-4 defense and was kind of a victim of circumstance this year, and that's Don Week Martindale. Just left the Baltimore Ravens. That guy runs a 3-4 defense, kind of similar to what we run right now. That would be a guy I definitely would like to see if we can kick the tires on. He runs an aggressive 3-4 defense. They play a solid secondary in the back end, and I think that's a guy who I think this season became a victim of circumstance. They had so many injuries on that Ravens defense. You got to look at it. Before that, those guys were in the top 10 for the last few years in defense under Martindale. Mm-hmm. So he got the hook on a defense that had a lot of injuries over the past season. So I just think he became a victim of circumstance. They wanted to go younger, so they went with Mike McDonald from the Wolverines. So I think Don Week Martindale may be a guy. I say kick the tires on if you do not promote from within.
You know what, though, Kurt? Let me ask you a question, though. I'm just curious to this because one of the questions or one of the things I kept hearing all season was if the Lions don't have talent. The Lions don't have talent. Mm-hmm. And my question is what did he do with the Ravens? Because you're not going to tell me the Ravens didn't have talent. And if you're telling me that they didn't do well defensively on the Ravens, do you really want to bring that guy in?
I mean, you got to think. I think the last year was an anomaly, though. If you look at the defenses prior to last year, the guy was top 10 in defense like 3 of the last 4 seasons.
Yeah, but that's what the idea that I'm just playing devil's advocate. That's what the idea that they had so much talent.
Is that what it is? They had so much talent.
That's the claim.
I mean, I say you kick here's my thing. I say kick the tires on. I'm not saying that you actually hired this dude. I'm just saying you just kind of kick the tires on him and see what he's talking about to see if it happens. I'm hoping that Aaron Glenn stays put. I don't want him to go anywhere, at least for the next year. I don't want him to stay put. And you give, to me, Aubrey Pleasant, who's I think is the no-brainer to promote to be the defensive coordinator. Give him another year in the system, and under the tutelage of Aaron Glenn, he's going to be a very good defensive coordinator going forward. The guy's a coach. I mean, I think long-term, he's going to be a head coach. Pleasant is that type of guy. He has that type of demeanor. He has that type of football coaching ability. He's that type of teacher. But I think he needs to, get a little more seasoning under his belt, put a little more Lowry's on him, a little more Worcestershire sauce and,
some ketchup.
Make some ketchup, you know.
First of all, I was loving that he's even able to pronounce that damn sauce name. I always botch that sauce name. Who in the hell named that damn sauce? It's that whatever you call it sauce. You know that what you call it sauce. What the hell is that sauce called? And the ketchup we don't. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. We might got another month or so, but I don't know nothing about no damn ketchup. I don't mess with no tomatoes. Okay. But how you put one more time, Kurt? What is the sauce called again?
What's the Shire sauce? What's the Shire sauce?
Yeah. Can't do it.
It's the same.
Won't do it.
With charcuterie boards, you know what I'm saying, with the cheese and the olives and all that stuff like that. That thing is I think that's one of the most. I think last year was one of the most Googled words on how to pronounce it was charcuterie. Worcestershire is always on there.
Dude, nobody knows how to pronounce that damn word. It's like somebody was asleep and they woke up and had a drink and had one too many drinks and got drunk. I was like, I'm gonna start a sauce. Yeah, what are you gonna call it? I'm gonna call it Worcestershire sauce. Yeah.
Definitely. Let's get to some of the comments. Definitely. We got my man Cap Ice Cold said Pleasant will take over DC, keeping the Green Bay guy in house to help. Okay, Don Capers talking about the Green Bay guy. Rob Swiss says Pepper isn't okay. It's interesting. Hasn't done much in the NFL. Has come cheaper than people think. Also, late round safeties like I think this was talking about in the chat. They were talking about Jabril Peppers, I believe, coming over to the team. All right, so
no, why y'all? That's all. Every goddamn Michigan person y'all want. No, Jabril. Why would you listen? Make it make sense. Why would you dare take a Jabril Peppers, a guy who's been bounced around a few times for a number of reasons? Not saying that he sucks, but you got a chance to take Kyle Hamilton. You got a chance to take some other names who are at least taller and can do the same thing he can do. Just saying.
What does taller have to do with it?
Well, how big is Jabril Peppers? They lied about his height. I don't care what nobody say. That man is 5'8". Don't nobody lie to me. 5'10", my ass. He's 5'8".
Quandre Diggs is about 5'8". He plays.
Luke G woke up and chose violence today.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know if Quandre Diggs is 5 foot. I'm giving Quandre at least 5'9", 5'10". But I guarantee you, Jabril Peppers got to be at least 5'6", 5'4". I'm going shorter and shorter.
Man,
yeah,
Jimmy was here.
Diggs about 5'7".
I mean, like seriously, like you got a chance to take a Kyle Hamilton, and we're talking about Jabril Peppers. Really? Name me the free agent cornerbacks. I don't want to hear about no Jabril Peppers.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. They want 6 to 7 million. Seems fair for Walker. I think he might make around 8. I think he might get a deal around 8 million. He's not to get that 10 million for the top safeties, but he's not. He's that right there tier like right below. So I think about 8 million what he's going to get in Detroit. All right. Big West Kevin says he can't wait for the Senior Bowl next week to get a look at these prospects. I can't wait either. Right. That's going to be a good Senior Bowl. I like the fact that you got Deuce Staley is going to be the head coach for that game. The defensive coordinator is going to be R.B. Pleasant, and the offensive coordinator is going to be Ben Johnson. So we're going to see what these guys can kind of do at the Senior Bowl as far as stepping up in some leadership positions at the Senior Bowl. All right, so let's go to the next question here. Let me see. Hide that. All right, so if I can hide this comment. Hold on here. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, getting back to the questions here. All right, here we go. Which upcoming Lions free agents does the team need to re-sign? So the guys that we have on the team right now that's going to be free agents, who does the team need to re-sign? Val, I'm going to go to you first.
I got 3 guys on my list, and the rest of them are either Matt, I don't care, or I don't really give a crap. So my 3 guys that I've got that the Lions must re-sign are Maben, Raymond, and Fox.
Maben, Raven, and Jack Fox, which is an exclusive rights free agent, is Jack Fox. All right, so I like those. I like those names. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What you got, Maniac Tim?
Oh wow. I didn't do a lot of research.
Mhm.
I would like to see Anzalone, but be there. I mean, just to add to what Val has
Tim,
too.
Tim, let me help
Yeah,
you, Tim. Let me
yeah.
help you, Tim. I'm saying this on behalf of you and all the other fans when it comes to
Mhm.
Anzalone. No, no, absolutely, no, absolutely not. Tim, you can
Okay,
go and do what Anzalone did right now. I guarantee it. You can do it.
okay,
You
okay.
can do it.
Anzalone. I feel you. I'm gonna go
Go ahead.
next. I'm gonna go next.
Okay.
Because I want to hear what Luke G has to say. I like Tracy Walker. I think if we can get him for around $8 million and you give him a cap friendly deal where you can maybe backload some and hit the signing bonus, I think that's a good deal. To bring Tracy Walker back. I think you pair him up with a young guy. I think you let Dean Marlowe go, and hell, and definitely I think you can let Will Harris go. But I think you bring in a young guy like a Kyle Hamilton, and you pair him up with Tracy Walker. That's a really good duo back there in the back end of Lions defense. Charles Harris. I like Charles Harris. I like him depth as a rotational piece on that defensive end as a defensive line / outside linebacker. Evan Brown is another name. That guy is a good backup center. You think about there wasn't a lot of step back from Frank Ragnow this season when it came, and you notice when Evan Brown went out of when he got hurt and he went out, there was a drop off, but there wasn't a big drop off from Frank Ragnow to Evan Brown. And to Val's point, to special teams guys, you got the exclusive right free agents. You got Jack Fox and you got Riley Patterson. Bring those guys back. We already know Jack Fox.
Not Riley Patterson.
Is a Ripple guy kicker. Riley Patterson's a good kicker. Why don't you don't want the kicker to come back? Riley Patterson's a good kicker. He was there, but there's the best
I don't care.
all season.
He's not one that I he has to be signed.
I think that Riley Patterson, you can get him for the cheap because he's an exclusive rights free agent, and I think he can go ahead and be on this team for the next few years. So I like those three guys to be coming back as some free agents here, right here.
Like for me, Tracy Walker. I mean, I'm on the fence with the dude. I really am. I mean, I'm not mad if it be resigned, but but y'all need some help because he ain't it on his own.
Okay. So let's kind of go to the comments to see what they had to say because we lost Luke G and we lost Smoking Jeremy B. All right, so Ralph Smith says Khalif Raymond is gone. I believe he will be replaced in the draft. Okay. All right, David Anderson or Big Q says Raymond and both Reynolds. So or Craig Reynolds is already signed. So Craig Reynolds is already signed through 2022.
It's Josh Reynolds.
Josh Reynolds. Yeah, Josh Reynolds. That's an interesting name as well. I think he really helped Jared Goff, and I think Jared Goff is going to be the quarterback for at least for the next year. So even if you bring him back on a 1-year deal just to help with Jared Goff for the next season, I think that's a good pickup for the Lions. All right, Dan Spano says I need to see Patterson kick a field goal over 50 yards before I'm set on him. Well, you can't see him kick a 50-yard field goal until he's signed on the roster again. So, I mean, all right.
Big West USFL for a while.
Yeah, exclusive rights free agents like Fox, Patterson, Daly have to come back because they don't have options to go elsewhere, or they can, but the Lions with the exclusive rights, the Lions can match it and just bring them right back.
And we skipped over here Greg Peoples, who said that I agree with Val because Tracy's not a must-have.
We'll put that. I agree with Val. I agree with her because Tracy is not a must-have. Is he not a must-have? Was he the best safety we had last year? Yes. Was last year the best year he had in the Detroit Lions uniform? Absolutely, yes. 108 tackles to lead the team. I mean, but that says something about your defense as well. If your safety, they're getting to that next level and he's leading the team in tackles. Now, I will say this. Tracy Walker did play a lot of in the box safety this year. He played closer to the line of scrimmage than he's ever had in Detroit. And I think that's to do with the scheme that Aaron Glenn runs. He said that this was the scheme he ran in college out there at Louisiana Lafayette, the Raising Cajuns. So, I mean, that's why he had the success he had this year because it was a system that he was used to playing. All right.
He did impress me at the end of the season. He did impress me at the end of the season. But it was like, that's why I'm on the fence because the first half was bad.
I mean, the first half was bad for a lot of people on this
Yeah.
thing. Facebook user says Riley Patterson. Okay. All right. So Rob Swift says don't sleep on the Lions bringing back Jesse Laminiere. He may be a great rotational linebacker. Yeah, Laminiere. Josh Woods was another guy that was kind of that you can get him on a cheap rotational player. If your safety leads the team in tackles, then your linebackers suck. Depends on the scheme, but yeah, I feel you on that one. That is not a good thing when your safety leads the league in tackles. It should be one of your interior linebackers that leads the team in tackles. But yeah, I think at this year, it kind of was what it was. To be honest with you. All right, Q says we will keep Harris. He cost.
Will we keep Harris?
We will keep Harris. He will cost $10+ million.
Can we afford him?
Can we afford? Why would Will Harris cost $10+ million? Oh, you're talking about Charles Harris.
Charles Harris, yeah.
I don't think Charles Harris was going to cost 10 points. He even though he had the best year of his career, he only had 7.5 sacks. That led our league. He's not going to draw about 10 million. Nah, I doubt that. Even if we sign him on another 1 year prove it deal, 7.5 sacks is a good season, but it's not 10+ million worth of money type of season. You know, he's not going to draw that type of, and I think that's why he ends up back in Detroit. To be honest with you, I think that's why he's going to end up back in Detroit on a low deal. We can get him around 6-7 million for a year. Because if you look at his performance, that's not even that's around Romeo Quara money he got, and he didn't have those type of stats that Romeo Quara put up the year prior. So I'm not really feeling that. All right, we're gonna talk about this later, so I'm not gonna get Brian Silver. I feel your question is gonna be later on in the show. What if we draft Drake London for the Lions? Amara St. Brown's college teammate from the Facebook user. That's a name that's kind of been kicked around, but he's coming off an injury. You know, he's the mid to rate line guy that we can get. If he was healthy, he may be that second or third round guy. But if you look at him right now, he's coming off that major injury. I'm not seeing that right now. What do you think, Val?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. Right. My damn phone decided to do an update. I was like, who does updates in the middle of the day? Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, my youngest son was playing with my phone. I guarantee he changed something. I'm like, what you mean it's an update? Can I go back to that question really quick about the free agents? Because we had the same people, Kurt. I had Evan Brown, I had Tracy Walker, and Charles Harris. Ellis Anzalone, no. Jalen Reeves-Maybin, no. I don't want them linebackers back because I believe. No, I don't want Maybin back. Look at this draft. If you can't find somebody to do what Maybin's doing,
it's a lot of linebackers in this draft. It's a
I mean, like
the injuries y'all have, you might as well just keep them too.
Well, listen. If he goes somewhere else and he gets his money, more power to him. But to me, if I can go out and draft somebody in the 5th or 4th round, what did you bring in Barnes for? Right? When are you going to start to use these other guys and like the Anthony Pittmans and these other guys? They can do the same thing.
Bye.
Well, he here and he ain't gonna cost you. He ain't gonna cost you as much as no Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Just saying.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for.
All right. So we'll go to the. All right. So we'll ask you this question. What about Drake London? Luke G. Bringing him in. I said no. I think he's injured. I think if you can get him later on in the draft, but I wouldn't draft him. I wouldn't draft him high if we did pick him up.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't touch him.
Yeah.
I don't. To me, even when he's healthy, he's good, right? Like he's good. But to me, he's in my opinion, he's Kenny Galladay. And if you're telling me, if you're talking about taking a receiver of like him, I'm asking, so when you plan on taking him? Because if you're telling me he's a first rounder or a second rounder, then I'm definitely out. You telling me he's a third rounder, I'm still concerned because I can still get good receivers in 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's been happening all year.
Yep. I mean, look at Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4th round.
Well, Amon Ross should have been a second round pick in my opinion. I've been on that train for a while. Just like Amani should have been a second round pick at best. But the draft works out in weird ways, and the biggest difference is you have a lot of these underclassmen. Now, I'm just saying you got to be able to look at it. So to me, you got to ask yourself this question: if you are picking a receiver, think about this: picking a receiver. In the first 4 to 5 picks, ask yourself the question: is that receiver better than what you could have got? Because the chances is probably not, and you're trying to re-up on your defense. So, no, they're gonna probably take cornerbacks. I think they're gonna take at least one cornerback. They're gonna take a safety. They're gonna take at least 2 linebackers. So they go 4 picks right there. I don't know how you squeeze in the receiver pick right there. I just don't.
Why are you doing receiver picks in the draft anyway right now? This is a defensive draft. That is dumb.
Right, and like I said, you gotta remember they're gonna probably bring back Reynolds. And then you got Reynolds, you still got Quintez Cephas, and you still got Amon-Ra St. Brown. And if you want to add one more receiver, and you feel like he's got to be there, then you got moves that can be made. But to me,
you can go to the Walmart parking lot and pick one.
Yeah, receivers
be doing that in the draft.
Receivers come a dime a dozen. They just come a dime a dozen, in my opinion.
Okay, let's move on. We beat this with a dead horse.
All right, Charles Harris would cost about $8 million. That's what I said, about $8 million. You're looking at that. And it won't be 10 plus, definitely. All right, so the Ronin 99 says, do you trade back for more picks? Start off Mike Rose as an linebacker from Iowa State late. I mean, there's a ton.
We're gonna we'll deal with draft stuff at a later point. We're not gonna beat that horse to death this year. We're not doing that.
Okay, here's Johnny says, is Coach Aaron Glenn from the Lions? No, he is not. They requested an interview in New Orleans for him to interview for the head coaching position, but right now he is not gone. You have several candidates that's interviewing in New Orleans right now. There's still a few jobs that are open right now around the league. To me, I don't think that Aaron Glenn, I think he's taking the interviews. I think he's getting into the process of interviewing for the head coaching positions, but I don't think that he's going to be a finalist for any of these jobs. But I think that he's kicking the tires to see what the offers are going to be when he's ready to take that job. And I think it's going to be after next season.
I think if there was ever a team that would scare me, it's New Orleans.
Yep, that's the one team that may have a shot. But I think that Dennis Allen is the leader in the clubhouse for them right now. I just think that he is. All right. Next up. Are you not a true Lions fan if you're rooting for Stafford in the playoffs? Now, we've had this discussion has been floating all over social media, on Twitter. There's been so many arguments about this, and I wanted to address this on Free for All Friday. So I want to hear what Luke G has to say on this one, because I picked this question just with Luke G in mind. Are you not a true Lions fan if you root for Matthew Stafford in the playoffs?
That's the dumbest statement I ever heard in my entire life. Listen, you got to ask yourself the question. It's either one or two things. Now, 2 things can be right. I get it. But it's only 1 or 2 of these things. Either one, you believe Brad Holmes can get the job done and get the right draft pick. And if that's the case, then why does it matter where the Rams finish? Like, seriously, why does it matter where they finish?
Back, y'all.
Right? The only thing you got to remember is you're going to have 2 first-round picks that's going to probably end up coming up on contract years at the same time that you got to re-sign. So it doesn't matter where they finish. If they finish 31 or 32, so what? That's 1. 2, the Lions ain't in this playoffs. And if you don't have any other team that you like in the NFL that's in this playoffs, why not root for Matthew Stafford? Okay? That's another thing. And then the last part of it is this. The only people who make a statement like that are Stafford haters. He couldn't do it here. He's not a winner. He's not this, and this. He's got a way better team around him. You're crazy. His receiving core is not even the best receiving core he's ever had. He's had better receiving cores in Detroit. The difference is he has better coaching. That's it. That's all it is. So, no, if you're not a real Lions fan, if you can't support players that you like, I still root for Ndamukong Suh. I still root for players that I really, really like. If you was here and I liked you, I like you. And I'm not going to start rooting because, that doesn't make you a Lion fan. Now, when they play us head-to-head, no, I'm not rooting for no damn Matthew Stafford. Lose.
Yeah. I feel
Exactly.
you. Yeah.
But right now, we don't have a dog in the fight. Why not root for somebody to be, that was here, gave you 12 years, and they didn't really support him the way he should. I mean, and especially if we can sit there and say that they ain't support Aaron Rodgers, who's had every damn thing, we can certainly say they ain't support Stafford.
yeah, definitely. I have to agree with that. Um, to my point is like, okay, the guy you rooted for the guy for 12 years. A lot of people you just can't turn that off. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be a Stafford. If you were a Stafford fan while he was here, looks like you're gonna be a Stafford fan when he leaves. You got people who are just gonna root for guys. Now, it doesn't mean you're automatically a Rams fan. It's just you're a Stafford fan. You like Matthew Stafford. No matter where he goes, you're gonna root for him just because you liked him in Detroit, and you're gonna like him anywhere. I know people who are the Stafford fans that not even fans of the Detroit Lions. They start rooting for him at Georgia and just kind of just follow him around from team to team. They're because they like Matthew Stafford for who he is, the type of game he has. My thing is, I like Matthew Stafford not just because of who he is on the field. I like Matthew Stafford because he is who he is off the field. If you look at some of his philanthropy work in Detroit, giving playgrounds and things that he did for the city of Detroit, he did a lot of good things in the community of Detroit. Think about when they went to play the game in Houston and they had the players show up for Quandre Diggs, right? And they went out there, had their fundraiser after school, giving out school supplies. A lot of times you get some of the B players that go out there and they help, you know what I'm saying, with that. Matthew Stafford was front and center when Quandre Diggs did that, the school supply fundraiser for Quandre Diggs school that he grew up in that small town out there in Texas. So that guy, he gives of himself. He's a selfless type of guy. No matter what he does on the field, I like Matthew Stafford for who he is off the field. So all that being said, I'm going to be a fan of Stafford. I'm going to wear my 9 jersey while I'm watching the game on Sunday. Hey, me if you want to or whatever. All right, okay, Jeremy B, what you got, man? Are you not a true Lions fan, or if you're rooting for Stafford in the playoffs?
It doesn't matter. If they're a player that left this team and you support that player, you can still be their fan. Doesn't mean you're a fan of the other team. I don't get that mentality. The only time I rooted against Stafford in the playoffs was when it meant a better pick. That was the wild card round. After that, I'm like, all right, go all the way.
Yeah. Okay. What you got, Val? I know Val has an interesting take on this one because she's had the discussion several times on social media.
I know. I was blowing up on social media over this one because this one pissed me the hell right off. Okay. Because number one, this dumbass argument that I got involved in, and well, if you support a player who left, you're a supporter of that team, and so then it's going to make you a team of every team in the NFL. No, it doesn't. What does that have? Supporting a player have to do with meaning that you're supporting the entire team? Yeah. And listen to this. This speaks loudly to your character as a fan. Mm-hmm. That if you can only support a player for as long as he serves you, that speaks loudly to how fake you are as a Lions fan.
I feel you. I feel Val bringing the heat, man.
And come fight me on it. I'm on social media. Detroit Lions on the Prowl Facebook group. Come on.
I do want to add something to that. Mm-hmm. The haters all said, well, he hasn't won a playoff game in Detroit, so he'll probably choke in L.A. Mm-hmm. He wins a playoff game and goes, oh, that don't mean nothing until he wins a Super Bowl. So which is it? Why does the goalpost have to move?
It's going to move. Quarterback. The haters are going to move the goalposts because they hate on them anyway. What you got, Maniac Tim, on this one?
Okay. The only way that I would agree with you, don't vote for Matthew Stafford because he's on another team. If he would have went to Green Bay, then you would not vote for him.
Yeah, okay. I feel you on that one.
Yeah. But what he did, once he got to LA, he said that he was felt that he let Detroit down. That's how dedicated he was to the city. All right. He did it respectfully. He went ahead and tried for years. And unfortunately, the match between Detroit and Matthew Stafford was not the greatest because of the team around him. Now, at one point, I wanted to see the Rams as a team lose a lot just because of the draft choice. So I'm not lying about that. But the game last week against the stupid
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was all rooting for Stafford, and I want him to win that Super Bowl. I want him to get that monkey off his back. And anybody who says that you're not a real Lions fan because you like somebody who was dedicated to this team for 11 years, they're crazy.
Take it a
They
step
are
further, though, Tim.
crazy. Yeah.
Take it a step further. How can you say a person's not a real Lions fan when half these fans who claim they are Lions fans, they root for Lamar Jackson? He's not a Lion player. They root
Right.
for Peyton Manning. He's not a Lions player. They root
Exactly.
for Tom Brady, and then they use the excuse he played for Michigan. Oh, I guess you're not a real person, huh? Right? Like, let's be honest. Where does this fandom starts at? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, you're gonna like other players on other teams. Some people on this thing, they love Tyreek Hill.
Mhm.
I don't think I ever seen Tyreek Hill on the Detroit Lions in a uniform. I never seen that.
Yeah.
So I don't get this argument. And the reality is this idea is the haters got to keep finding a way, because when he win a Super Bowl, well, he had to go to a really super team. I don't want to hear that. Because go look at it. He does not have a run game still, and he still don't have the receiving core, but the coaching is making it different. That game that they won last week against the Bucks, I was ticked off at the Bucks because I said, how are you running the ball only 7 times in the first half?
Yep.
They was not running the ball effectively in that game. They still ran it 30 times.
Mm-hmm.
So you it's a difference.
Yeah.
You look at that game, they won that game because of Stafford, because all the other players did everything they could to give the game to the Bucks. 4 fumbles. What's my man Cooper Kupp fumbling the ball? Cam Akers just coughing the ball up, or the whole game is coughing the ball up, giving it back to the Bucks. And Matthew Stafford put that team on his back and let him to victory. People tell me, well, Cooper Kupp put him on his back. No, wide receiver can't put a team on their back because he's relying on another player to get him the ball. A running back can put a team on his back, and so can a quarterback, and that's what happened with Matthew Stafford.
And I'm a Bears fan, and I about injured myself in that game watching Matthew Stafford. and after that, how can you not root for a guy with a story that he has?
Yep.
Right. And what Lion fan didn't know when he got that ball at the end of that game that he was going to come back and win it? Yep. I mean, everybody knows.
It was too much time on the clock.
Yeah. Everybody knows
that.
Stafford is the comeback guy, and he got there, and he did that over and over and over and over for Detroit until Matt Patricia got there and ruined everything.
Leads the league since he's been in the league with comeback victories.
Yeah.
What happened to the past Stafford stuff? What happened to the pad and stats crap?
Yeah.
What happened to this is what I don't understand. This is why when people be saying stuff, I'd be like, we have to be better as fans. This is why I say do your research. We're not good fans. We didn't even know it's gonna be an 8-second runoff. I mean 2-second runoff. Most of us didn't know that. I'm like, y'all gotta be kidding me. Right? Half of us didn't know that you couldn't back the ball at the back with your hand. Right? So until somebody says something, we have to be better as fans and stop with this stuff. The only time we dump on players is when they on our team, and I'm sick of it.
Yep, definitely. All right, so Q says he's a Stafford fan. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Sloan Head says Lions fans got to be all in with Burrow and the Bengals. I understand your philosophy because I think it's one of those things where if Cincinnati can be in it, then the Lions can be in it. You kind of like, okay, that gives us hope for Cincinnati to be in it. Then it gives us hope going forward. All right. So Brian Silver says Stafford did everything he could with the Lions. Lions never gave him a team. I won't say that never, but
he never gave him a complete team.
They never gave
a complete team, and they refused to commit to a damn run game. Like I think it was Braylon Edwards on Woodward Sports Network. Shout out to them and shout out to Braylon, who said he had 2,000-yard rushers, and if you look at the numbers when he had that, it was still amazing. But the one rusher, he said he linked to it, and the other rusher. Yeah, he said the other rusher, he was like, I don't think people even knew he had 1,000. They didn't run it enough. Nobody was worried about the run.
Yeah, definitely. Michael Huck says, at this point, we have pick number 30, 31, or 32. Not much difference at this point. Let him get the Super Bowl. I'm with you always on that one. Dan Spano says, I'm always a Stafford fan. I appreciate.
Forget you're a Lions fan and support the person. Support him as a person.
The person, be a human being. Yeah, definitely. With that one, I agree with you. A wholehearted, 100%. Val, definitely, and Dan Spanos. All right, so let's go to the our next question. All right, did you celebrate when the Packers lost to the 49ers?
Lost my shit. You're celebrating.
I know the fan was gonna love this one. Val, how much did you celebrate on this one?
Man, again, another almost injury. I was happy as all hell by Aaron Rodgers, FTP. I am trying not to curse. Okay.
I had to tell you, I was traveling back from vacation on that Sunday, and I told my barber. I can tell this story. My barber is a Cowboys fan, and he asked me if I was going to root for the Cowboys since the Lions were out, and I was like, hell no. I said, you ain't gonna beat the 49ers. He was like, yeah, we are. I'm like, dude, 49ers
and
are
the
tough out.
fact that they
That's
lost
scary.
Yes.
doing the dumbest shit to a former Bears kicker.
Yes, that was awesome. Here's my thing: their special teams suck. I mean, they were the 32nd special teams team in the league, and it showed in the particular game. Did you celebrate Maniac, Tim?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I was driving home, all right, and I had just talked to my wife, and then I found out about the loss.
Mm-hmm.
And I went ahead and scared the hell out of her because she thought I was in a car accident because I had to tell somebody. I said, Green Bay just just went ahead and lost the game. And then I posted. I kind of got a little dig back at Aaron Rodgers for you, Val, because I posted on Facebook. I said, Aaron Rodgers, you may own the Bears, but the 49ers own you.
Yeah, definitely. Luke G.
When did Jimmy drop? That wasn't.
He said FTP right there on the field. Yeah, after the game, he sure did. What you got, Luke G? Did you celebrate after that loss?
Ironically, I didn't. I saw it coming. I
did too. I told a fan in the airport they were going to lose.
Yeah, you know what the tell was for me?
What was that?
When they came out that first drive and they scored. And I was like, who in the hell throws the ball this much? It's cold as hell outside. The wind is up. Why are you throwing the ball this much? And I keep telling people, there's been one game. It happens every playoff. There's always one game where a team don't outrush the other team and they win. Mm-hmm. When I saw that they was getting outrushed, I'm like, and you letting them hang around.
Yep.
I said, oh, this game is over.
Yep.
And to be truthful with you, I didn't celebrate, but I have a friend who is a Packers fan, and I said, you spent all that time telling me how much Stafford this, Stafford that, because he's on the Lions, and I tried to explain to you repeatedly what was going on, and you kept telling me how much of a bad man, that bad man over there, and I said, I don't want to hear it no more, and he goes, well, the special teams suck. Bullshit. How about you get the ball in the end zone? Okay, if that had been Eli Manning, if that had been Joe Flacco, if that would have been Kurt Steele, if that had been Dale, they would have been like, oh, why you can't get the ball in the end zone? Oh, you want to pass stats? No. At the end of the day, they lost because the quarterback was not adequate. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, definitely. Smoking Jeremy, what you got on this on the Packers?
It was such a great moment to not see Aaron Rodgers actually get to the NFC Championship game to play as bad as he did in the divisional round this year.
Yeah.
He does it every freaking year.
Yes.
Every year. Hey,
he blows
wouldn't it be great
chunks
to be able to
every
get one
divisional
goal
game
from a quarterback than 15 years of terrible pain? Because that's what the Packers have had.
Yep. All right, let's go to the chat. Celebrate it to the heels and back.
Listen. You know what's funny too? You know what's even more funny? How they keep on winning the division in a weak division where the division is always down because it's due to injuries and other stuff. But they keep winning the division, they keep getting bye weeks, and they just somehow get put out the very first game they play. And in the worst part about it is every time this happens, They just somehow have the worst time trying to score or stopping somebody from scoring.
Yep.
I just want people to understand something. When you want to win a championship, you better run the ball. Because I tell you right now, if Kansas City start running the ball, I'm sorry, but the Bengals. If the Bengals get Joe Mixon going, they're winning that game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Be good. All right. Bill Kowski
already
says
said.
always celebrate when Green Bay loses. Jimmy G will be my name of my firstborn. Wow. Rogers has become a choke artist in the playoffs. Brian Silver says, hell yes. He says, Michael Huck says, unless you're a Packers fan, the entire nation celebrates. I would say this. I jumped up and down like it was like the Lions had won. I did.
That was my Super Bowl right there.
I did. All right, let's go to the next question here. All right, so now that we've talked about the playoffs, we talked about Stafford, we talked about the Packers. Now let's talk about who is going to win the Super Bowl. All right, so who is going to win? Who's going to the Super Bowl this weekend from the NFC and AFC championship games? Who is the matchup? Who gets through? Val, who wins the AFC and NFC championship games this weekend?
I'm thinking, what is it going to be? Rams Chiefs.
Rams Chiefs. That's what Val got. All right, what you got? Maniac Tim.
Rams Chiefs.
Rams Chiefs. All right, what you got? Excuse me, Luke G. What you got? Who do you think is going to win?
I originally had Rams Chiefs until I watched the Chiefs in that last game against Buffalo, and I realized that they really wasn't that good against the run. And I understood that a lot of that running came from the quarterback, but I'm going to go Rams Bengals. I think the Bengals finna run it down their throat.
All right, what you got, Smoking Jeremy B?
I'm going to piggyback off of that and also give a reason why that defense is better than the Chiefs' defense. They may not do as much in the first half, but they play better in the second half, which allows them to win games. Mm-hmm. Bengals can either slow things down methodically and run the ball, or they can score points in bunches with their four-headed monster with the tight end and three receivers they got. Bengals versus Rams.
Bengals versus Rams. I'm going to say that that mojo that Patrick Mahomes has at home is going to come up again. I think it's going to be Rams, Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. So we've all at the top have kind of agreed to that. Thank you for everyone for checking us out here. If you want to get yourself some Lions Nation gear, go over to lionsontheprowshop.com. We got some big things coming to you. Val and I we're going to announce some things here coming up in the future where we're going to have some updates to our gear and make it, a little more palatable and, get some new designs. And
we're going to upgrade that gear. Like we bossing that up.
Yeah, we're going to boss that thing up. Definitely. Definitely check us out over in Lions Nation Unite. If you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, and help us get this content to more Lions fans just like yourself. If you have subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're on that march to 4,000, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Now it's time for final thoughts for this day's show. So I'm going to start it off with my man, Smoking Jeremy B. What you got? What's your final thoughts for today's show?
The future is bright for the Lions. We have a lot of things going for us at the end of the season, and it gave me a lot more positive for next year. I'm going to give another window of wins right now without the free agency even starting. It looks like we're going to have between 50 and 60 million, depending on who they cut and restructure after cutting Trey Flowers, which means it's going to be better caliber of prove-it players signed this year to fill the holes, and another excellent draft and UDFA pickup by Brad Holmes. 6 to 10 is the window of wins.
Okay. All right. Maniac Tim, what's your final thoughts for today's show?
Well, all right, everybody enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the playoffs. And hey, you're not a Stafford hater you're not a Lions hater just because you root for Stafford. Go Rams, go Stafford. Let's get that win.
All right. So I'm going to give my final thoughts right quick. All right. So definitely I appreciate being back. Thank you for everyone for all the birthday wishes I had last week while I was off and hitting me up on social media. Thank you so much from the Proud Nation family. I had a lot of fun with my family, with my kids, my wife, my grandkids, my nephew. We all had a great time on our vacation, and we really appreciate You guys definitely reaching out to us. And to the guy who gave me a piece of cake on my first day of vacation, on the first day of our cruise, he walked up to me, he saw my shirt that said the King is 50. Walked up to me, hey, I want to make sure you got a happy birthday. Give me a piece of birthday cake. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My wife decorated my cabin with all kind of birthday stuff, man. It was such a great time. The Lions are going to have a bright future. I think we're going to have some decisions to make coming up in the personnel department as far as who the coaches are going to be. You're going to have to make some decisions because eventually, if not this year, Aaron Glenn's going to be going probably next year. And Dan Campbell said that at the beginning of his tenure, I'm not going to be able to keep this group of coaches together for too long. So they have a contingency plan. I think that's probably why they hired a guy like Aubrey Pleasant, who's going to be able to step up and be the next defensive coordinator. That's why they hired a guy like Ben Johnson, who can go up and become the next offensive coordinator. So, all right, hey, take it out easy, Smoking Jeremy B. But that's my final thoughts for today's show. Hey, be with the ones you love all the time as much as you can, and just enjoy life and be kind to one another. All right, next up. All right, so we got about another good 6 minutes of the show, 4 or 5 minutes. Val, I know Val got something hot.
I know Kurt's dreading this moment because
go ahead, Val.
He knows what's about to go down. Now, listen, I am very grateful today that Luke G is going to be closing out this show with his positive thoughts because I'm about to go down on some shit right now. Okay, now listen up. I am a Bears fan running a Lions channel. I get that. But you know what? This is my Lions family, and I'm speaking up because y'all done pissed me off, and now the she-wolf's growling. Because last time I talked about this topic, I was nice. Now I'm not. Because, listen here, I have heard Lions fans over and over and over again talk about they don't listen to the national media because they don't understand the fans, and we go and listen to the content creators because they understand us, they know us, they get us, blah, blah, blah. And then some of y'all decide that you're going to be toxic as hell and run up on content creators who are the Lions content creators, all of them. I know them. These are the sweetest, gentlest, most giving souls on the face of this earth who sweat blood and tears in the background, creating content, editing content, sharing on social media, engaging with the fan base. And we've got some fans coming up in here acting toxic, acting entitled, thinking that they can go attack content creators and tell them what they can and cannot do on their channels and what they are going to be allowed to do themselves on these channels. You can take that mess and shove it where the sun don't shine. Because you are not going to take these sweet souls and treat them like trash. If you cannot be a decent human being, you better get off the internet, go get some therapy, go get a fresh ray of sunshine. If you need some weed or some liquor, we can provide you some recommendations to calm your ass down. Stop it. I'm not tolerating it. I will not tolerate it. If I catch you all attacking content creators for what they're doing. Now, I don't always agree with everything they do. There are some things that should not be done from the content creators that has been done. But if you cannot be a decent human being, I'm calling your ass out. Because I'm done. We're not doing this no more. We are a Lions fan base who just wants to talk about football. We want to be united. This is Lions Nation Unite. We want to be united as a family, and we are a family. Family don't attack family.
Yeah, definitely. I feel you on that one, Val. Just be mindful of what you're doing out there, people. If you don't want people doing those things to you, why would you go out and do it to the people themselves? We're trying to bring you the best content that we can, and we're just trying to have fun and talk to Detroit Lions. We know it ain't always fun, but come on, man. You and don't come on here trying to tell us what we're gonna do. That ain't finna fly. Val said it, and I'm gonna say it too. You can't come on here and tell us what we can create and what we can't. If you don't want to watch our content, go somewhere else or make your own content and put it out there to someone else. All right, now it's time for your always inspirational Luke G for his final thoughts.
Hey, as I say it all the time, love when I get the chance to come on here and talk to football and have some fun. We definitely don't want to have moments where we gotta correct things, but let's look at this thing a little bit different. I want to point out something today. Today's positive quote comes from the internet. I'm gonna find some of these people who said it, but it's a lot of people who say a lot of great things and don't realize that they said it. Uh, it's time for you to be grateful for your competition. That's right. You need to be grateful for your competition. You need to embrace your competition. You remember yesterday where you said that you was gonna go to the gym? Remember that? And you went to the gym and you was on the treadmill for all a bit of 20 minutes. Today is calling your name. It needs 25. Tomorrow needs 30. And the day after that, probably gonna need an hour. It's time for you to embrace your competition. The only time you ever get defeated is when you allow for yourself to check yourself out of doing what you know is possible. Continue to compete. Push yourself beyond any limits. Every time you think you can't do something, remember that every person who has started every single thing was called crazy. Every person who has ever did anything special, the Amazon people, the General Motors people, all these different people who have created things, the man who found all the uses for peanut butter that they said did not know that he was special. He was told he was crazy, and they all doubted themselves. But you know what? They embraced and was grateful for the competition. They had to beat themselves. And if I'm you, I'm looking at myself today and I'm saying, whatever I did yesterday, I have to beat it today. Take on the challenge of accepting the competition. And whatever it is that's in your way, whatever obstacles that stand before you, get through it, blow past it, look behind, tell it to catch up and do it again. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of them times where we got to just be happy and thankful to be here and to be around our loved ones. So make sure you tell somebody I love you. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research.
All right. With that being said, hey, it is Friday, so go enjoy the weekend. We're going to catch you next week. We're going to have some recap of the NFC and AFC championship games on Monday's show. And we're going to get into some more free agents for the Lions coming up. So definitely check out my man, Coach Mike and LL, as we get into that content on Monday's show. But it is the weekend. We want you to go out, enjoy yourself. And you know what it is. It's Friday then. Hey, it's Saturday, Sunday. What? We enjoy bringing you a free for all Friday. Love one another. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For the panel, this is Kurt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.